Hello, it's Robert Miner with Dynamic Traders Group with today's DT Daily 3-minute update and trade strategy, where we look at one or two markets that are in immediate trade positions, or maybe at or near some important reversals, and as well as some specific trade strategies. Whatever we talk about today, whichever market we're talking about, whatever you learn, you can use for other markets and other time frames as well. So let's get going. I got two markets I'm going to talk about quickly today. And of course, in our regular DT reports, we go into all of them in much more detail with much more educational aspect, as well as specific trade strategies of these and many other markets. But let's take a look at these two. The first one's crude. Crude has been declining sharply this past week from what we had anticipated was an ABC correction earlier in the week. On Monday, it was made right at the ideal end of wave C of 2 or B price relationship at least. And then we turned around, made a dual look back momentum bear reversal on Tuesday, and then began a sharp decline, just as anticipated. So where are we at now? The reason I'm using this today is to help you take a look at the pattern position of crude and the potential for at least a daily low. That's a low that lasts around 3 to 5 days, if not one that's more important. So here we are as of the end of last week. We've reached the 100% alternate price projection of what I got labeled a wave 1 or A down. And that happens to coincide with this support channel, support line made from the channel of the past two highs. So we're at an area of support. Our daily momentum, only the fast line's oversold. That usually indicates we got at least 1 or 2 more days sideways to down. So regardless of the fact we're at the 100% on our price projection, we probably got lower to go for another day or two. Let's take a quick look at the 240-minute momentum, because here's where it gets interesting, at least from a pattern Elliott wave standpoint. Probable 1, 2, 3, and that inside day that was made on Friday is probably part of a wave 4. If that's the case, probably by Monday or Tuesday, the first part of the week, we're going to continue lower to a new low to complete a wave 5. So what's important about that is knowing that more than likely, crude's going to make a new low before it completes this cycle low. But we're also in the very final stages of that, meaning it's just going to be a low not far below the market. And if I go back to the weekly data, we can see not too far below last week's lows, a 50% retracement. Well, that's probably the extent of the current decline before we complete a weekly low. So the next daily low is likely to coincide with a weekly low. And if this pattern is correct, it means we got at least just one more decline that probably lasts a day or two. Once it begins, probably be finished next week. So prepare for that. And bring your stops pretty close to the market if you happen to be short. In our trade alerts report, we have a short crude fund, ETF I should say. So it goes up about twice the rate as the crude goes down. So it's been a good position. But we also know that we're bringing the stops pretty close to the market now, because we're at or near the end of that weekly trend. One more market I want to look at to give you an alert for potentially a really good trade opportunity is soybeans. This is soybeans weekly as of the end of last week. 2 weeks ago, we had this really wide range outside reversal day, which coincided with a dual look back weekly momentum bull reversal. More than likely, we completed a weekly low. And of course, these last several weeks have been a sharp decline due to the tariff talks and the trade wars and all that with China. But technically, it wasn't until just a week ago that we indicated that we're probably in a position to complete a weekly low. And we'll go to the dailies. Here's the daily. Daily momentum made a bull reverse on Friday's inside day. So what I've done, and we've probably got this is what we call one, a little ABC flat going on here. I put an alert above Thursday's high because Friday was an inside day. So if early next week, if we trade above Thursday's high and close above Friday's close, that's a bull reversal signal that verifies this daily momentum bull reversal and sets it up for a real high probability, low capital exposure, long position for a trade probably to 871, if not much higher. So that's what I'm looking at beans. I think this is a fantastic setup. Now I haven't been looking at beans for several weeks, actually a couple of months. But now that we're in this unique situation, I'm looking at beans for a dual time frame momentum long trade. I'm based on weekly and daily momentums, probable correction, probable continuation to a new high. That's it for today. Take advantage of these two markets next week, and keep alert to the YouTube channel here for our daily brief updates.